Okay, well, this is the first time I've ever done any wood turning, and it took me about 5 months to really gather up enough nerve to turn because I'd gone to the wood turners club and they scared the bejeebers out of me. So I've got a baby shower that I wanted to make a capture or captive ring rattle, and I wanted to show you some of the very first experiments in wood turning. I had some old little footstool legs that I couldn't bring myself to throw away, and since I couldn't throw them away, I thought what a great opportunity to take these little legs and see if I can practice turning with the captive rings. This was my very first experiment in captive ring turning. It must have taken me 4 hours to do this little thing, but if you go on YouTube, you can see a guy do it in 6 minutes and 47 seconds. And what ends up happening is if you don't hold the tool right, you do something called a blowout, and this was my first blowout. And I blew out all the rings off of this one, and I thought, well, let me see what else I can do, and you can do funky feathering with that. And so then I thought, well, let me get a piece of mahogany and see what I can do with that. So I did do what's called a captive ring, but again, here I was working on my second captive ring, and the tool caught, blew it out, which bummed me totally. Then I found a piece of maple, and I spent another 4 hours making this beautiful little maple baby rattle. You can hear that. Well, I was so pleased with myself, and then I went online because I thought, well, I wonder if there are any rules about the size of things that you give to babies. And sure enough, there is a rule, which is if something can fit into a toilet paper tube, it is considered dangerous, because that could fit down the throat of a baby and act as a stopper. And so they said, well, if you're going to keep it small like that, you've got to drill holes, like breathing holes through it, like the lifesavers. Furthermore, if you're going to, they don't recommend small rings, because if they break, well, then that becomes then a choking hazard as well. But this was my very first. I sanded it and I was all excited, yay! And I'm like, yeah, I made a rattle for little Jack. And lo and behold, I can't use it. So I'm a little discouraged. And the next day I started turning more stuff. I had another blowout. I had 3 rings that I was working on. Started working on this middle ring. It caught on the shaft, blew it up. And then here's another one. This one I made today. 4 captive rings. And I even sanded it. I wonder, this doesn't look like pine to me. Anyways, isn't that beautiful? And these are more blowouts. But today I finished something that I started last week. This is called hard birch. It lines up with the government standards for things that can't be stoppers in babies' mouths. And listen to this sound. And I wanted to get a video of it because this is my very first one, and I'm going to be giving it away to little Jack Riggs. Jeremy and Bethany's baby. And there it is. Doesn't it have a great sound? Okay, you can turn it off. There it is. I'm so